I wanted to share some thoughts. I just left the farmers market for a small company, Great Triangles, and I'm actually going to have my car towed because I tried to change a fuse and I blew a main fuse. So it's my fault, but definitely learned a lesson the hard way. Anyways, point of this video is to share realizations about how it's more challenging to get from 0 to 1 than 1 to 2. And what I mean by that is it's harder to get out of survival mode to being established as opposed to being established and being more affluent. Or in other words, the hardest transition is making your first 100K. Once you make your first 100K, supposedly it is easier after that. I don't know because I haven't made my first 100K in that sense, but I'll let you know once I do how it compares. It does seem that way, and I have heard many millionaires say that their hardest step up was making their first $100,000. Once they made their first $100,000, they had money to work with, resources, network, and making their first million was much easier than making the first 100K. I can tell you from my experience now, with being at 0 for so long, 0 to 1 is definitely the hardest step, because if you think about it, 1 times 0 is 0. Not using math as the best example, but it's symbolic, because when you have nothing and you're in survival mode, life can easily throw you off. Your car breaks down, you're screwed. You don't have extra money to fix it. You get sick, you lose money, you don't have extra money to pay bills that you're supposed to have if you had worked. So if you're getting day-to-day, paycheck to paycheck, you're at level 0, just trying to survive, you don't have any leverage. And so life easily throws you off your path. It easily sets you back. And that's where I've been. And I think the reason why I've been at level 0 for so long is because I haven't committed to a career that makes money to get to level 1. I've always had I've had good jobs in the restaurant industry, but when I've had good jobs, I've always used that money to try to leverage to start a business, which is expensive. And I just haven't made it to level 1 yet. So the last decade of my life has always been the pursuit of trying to make more money in less time to have time to create business on the side. So I'm finally reaching a point now where I just left that flower place, which was temporary, and I started working at my friend's company called the Music Compound, where I'll be managing a studio. So managing one of the locations, and it's actually salary Mondays through Thursdays. So I'll only be working 4 days a week on salary, good money. So average income for only working 4 days a week from about 10 to 5, 10 to 6, which is great. Then I'm still gonna work at the gym that's opening up, a few classes a week in the mornings. So I have evenings and Fridays to myself and weekends to myself, because I'll pay my team for Great Triangles to run the markets for me. So next step is going to be getting the other 2 products out for Great Triangles, which I can sell online, and I can push those, and I'll also make more at each farmers market. So I'll make a lot more. I'll make more this upcoming season with my small business than I've made yet. Since everything's paid off, everything I've done up to this point will finally pay off. And I don't have to rely on that income. It's just extra money for the first time since I started this company almost 3 years ago. So the engine will provide about 40 to 50K, and it's all gonna be extra money. So ideally 40 to 50K, best case scenario, maybe 30 to 40 worst case, but still extra money. So all my income is going to come from the jobs to pay my bills, and there should be about a couple thousand left over from that. So I'm finally at a point in my life, starting literally like this week, where I'm gonna have about 2,000 minimum a month extra, 2,000 to 3,000 a month extra, and that's not counting Greek triangles. Greek triangles will be another 1 to 2K extra a month. So I'll have about 3,000, let's say 2,000 to 5,000, 2,000 out of season a month to 5,000 in season a month extra to work with, to invest in an ad campaign, to invest in the business, to grow, to invest in myself, to reduce my bills, pay off my debt, save money. So I'm finally gonna be able to take this step up. So we'll see what happens. But starting both of these jobs, I'm on the onboarding process, finishing up training for both, and I get my first paycheck with the managing the salary job coming up this Friday. And Greek Triangles is just breaking even, paying for itself. There's like maybe $100 left over a weekend, maybe 200 if I'm lucky. So everything's on pause right now. I'm just catching up financially from out of season, and then once I take that step up, after I pay off my debt, minimize my bills a little, then I can focus on business and scaling that. So yeah, things are much better than they were a month ago. Let's see what happens.